Okay, hello everybody. So I got a little ambitious and forgot to start recording before I started tearing into this. So I've got the rear hubs off the 98 player Sportsman 500 and just pulled out the CV axles. Took the hubs in to get the bearings pressed out and new ones pressed in. I don't have the special tool and I really did not want to make one. So took them in, had them do it. But anyways, I've got those rear axles out. It's kind of a pain in the butt getting in there. So on these, like the 96, 97 early model, or 97, 98 early models, there's actually a bolt in the spline area that goes into the rear. And that actually bolts right to the other side. And there's a bolt in that side too. It's 9/16, 14 millimeter, whatever. What you do, you put a wrench on there on each side. The nut will, or the bolt will come off of one of the sides and it will just spin on the other if you don't have a wrench on there. So get two wrenches, you can get in there and access it. So started replacing the U joints. Got that one out. I'll get that other one done. They were pretty bad. One of them was actually missing a cap. They were kind of chewing up the inside of the hub. So get that going. Gonna line it up in the middle there. There's some taps on that one. Taps on there. Get it so we can put them clips in. One clip. Sounds tight. Make sure that clip was on there. That one looks good. Nice and tight. That's what we want. This one I'm actually gonna get, I think, a clamp on there. Grab a clamp here, just because of the grease zerk. I don't like hitting on those grease zerks, so I'll just use a C-clamp. Make it a lot easier to press it. Sure it's looking good. Alright, this side with the grease zerk is looking good, so I'm going to hammer that clip in there. Maybe. That's not working worth a dang. You know, one of them days where you just kind of struggle. There, that one's in. Yeah, I've never had them days where I struggle either. Now that I got that one in there, actually just hit this side. See how that clip looks. Looks like that should go. That's my finger. Hitting this at a wrong angle here. Alright, there goes that one. We'll just seat it inside there. That sounds good. Okay. Now, what I generally like to do, once I get those clips on there, I'll hit it either side to push that cap back up against the clips. Kind of keeps the clips held tight up against the inside there. That way they don't have any chance of popping off. Helps seat that. So give it a hit there. Same way with this side. And then do the same thing here to this end. So that was always taught when I was a mechanic. So what that does is, so that clip right there pushes it tight up against there. Same with this side. The clip right there pushes it tight up against the yoke. And that one tight against there. And that one tight against here. So moves nice and free. One down, 3 more to go. All right, time to install these rear axles and hubs. When I put these rear axles in, I like to coat these splines with a lot of anti-seize. Just makes it a lot easier taken out, so that way if you're going through mud and water and everything like that, tends to get in there, it's not gonna just seize right up. So that will help a lot. I got the hubs back, the bearings pressed in, old ones pressed out, looking a lot better. I took the pins out, I took the urethane out of here, these bushings, cleaned all that up, re-greased it. Um, Same with the lowers here, pulled all those out, cleaned everything up. You got to put the pins just out like that, so that way this thing can actually slide in and out of there pretty good. Because I mean, it's pretty tight with those bushings in there, so those pins actually go into the grooves right in here. So when you go to pull them out, you got to get like a little screwdriver in there, or you can even take like the bolt itself and try to put it in there and pry out to get that to come out just a little bit, so that way it gives you that extra clearance. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these thrown in. Okay, I got the axles in there. There is a bolt on. Let's see if I can show you here. There is a bolt right down in there. That bolt that holds that axle to the other one. Bolt on each side, 9/16, 14 millimeter, whatever you got. One of each. Hold one while you're turning the other. And just bolts right into each other. So I'm gonna get the hubs put in. I'll be right back. All right, hubs are on. Axles are in. Everything's buttoned up. Just got to throw one more tire back on and we'll fire it up and see how it looks. Nice thing about the rear ends here, every bolt and nut, 14 millimeter. So upper swing arm or A arm, your lowers, your bolts for your lower control arm here, your stabilizer bar, everything here, 14 millimeter, even your lug nuts. It's kind of nice having one size. good. Alright. And that's the rear axles and U-joint replacement, wheel bearings, wheel hubs, all that. It's pretty simple back there. Next thing I got to tackle is the front shock, and I got to check out why the tire's leaking up front.